wrestling fans, and welcome to Wrestler Weekly Presents. I'm your host, Scottie Richardson, back for another episode here in Wrestler Weekly headquarters, Raleigh, North Carolina, the home of Wrestler Weekly. Shout out to my partners in crime, my other buddies of Wrestler Weekly, my brother, Reggie Richardson, the doctor, down in Jacksonville, Florida, and Mike Leotis up in New Jersey holding it down. But we are back, and here we are, another episode. This is episode 7 if you're keeping track, and we are happy to be on your handheld device, in your living room, wherever you catch Wrestler Weekly Presents. Great show for you planned for this week. I got my old school Tommy Wildfire Rich School of Wrestling t-shirt on when I worked with Tommy back in 2017 in Myrtle Beach. Thought I'd put it on tonight, but if you would like a Wrestler Weekly t-shirt, any of these fine t-shirts shown here tonight, or the Family Bacon Wrestling t-shirt, you can go to prowrestlingtees.com/WrestlerWeekly and select your short sleeve, or get ready for your long sleeve and get yourself ready for the fall and winter season. It is hot as Hades here in Raleigh, North Carolina, so I can only dream of the cooler weather, hopefully coming soon. All right, tonight, but let me just go first, a couple things I'm going to do a little bit different. As you know, it's season 5, and I've been going through the Fab 5. Last week's episode was Nature Boy Ric Flair and his 5 world title mags. There's plenty more, but I spotlighted 5 mags. If you haven't checked that out, go ahead and head on over to YouTube and search Wrestler Weekly Presents Season 5, Episode 6, and you will find it. Please subscribe to us on YouTube and give us a comment. Like our videos and give us the thumbs up. Also, if you would like to find us on all of our social media outlets, you can find us at Wrestler Weekly. That is on Twitter, Facebook, give us a like, and on Instagram. So, wrestling articles, if you're into that, 720wrestling.com or the Medium app. And then go to Amazon and you can get your copy of Family Bacon Wrestling. And if you'd like for me to autograph it, you can send me a message after purchasing the book, and I will tell you how you can get that to me, and I will autograph it and get it right back to you, and I will pay for the shipping back to you. That's how nice I am. So please do that. We look forward to getting to know you a little bit better. All right, so tonight, what am I going to do? We've gone through Ricky Steamboat, the tag teams. We've gone through some unboxing. If you caught the first 3 episodes, a couple belts there and some magazines. But tonight, it's all about AWA 4-time champion Nick Bockwinkel. That's right, tonight spotlighting Nick Bockwinkel and the Fab 5 of Nick. But before we do that, I have been, at the end of the show, I have been doing a little bit of an unboxing, a package break, if you will. And you can see that I have got a pretty large stack going of items to bust open. So tonight, I am going to start the show by doing that. This one's going to come from Tennessee. But I'm going to start the show, and the reason I'm not going to end the show with a package break is because the last magazine that I show you tonight, it really is a showstopper. It's a headliner, and I cannot, for the life of me, nothing in these packages are going to top the last mag of the night, the hot mag of the night. So we're going to save that for later. Before I open the package break, I just want to say, I have formatted the remaining episodes. We're going to go all the way to 15 this season, just like season 1, 2, and 3. Season 4, we kind of shortchanged you a little bit. But we're back here, season 5. We're rolling right now. And I have formatted the next episodes all the way to 15. And wow, I'm looking at a couple of the stacks here off camera that I'm going to be going over with you at some point in time this season. And unbelievable. That's all I'm going to tell you. Stay tuned all the way through the 15th and final episode of this season, because you're going to it's going to be a big one. I can see the stack just to my left of what that's going to be. So, but before that, let's go ahead with a package break. And this one is taped over so nobody can just rip through it. But what I like to do on those is the bottom is not taped, so we're going to try to lift that open for you. Now, just keep in mind that I am a collector, and in collecting, I collect all kinds of different random things outside of the wrestling world, and so I might end up with something that's that's not wrestling related. If that's the case, then I will go to another to open. All right, so this one, ooh, both sides. And again, I have purchased these so long, I don't even know what they are. So it's going when I give a kind of that shock face, well, actually, it is a real shocking face because I don't even know what I'm opening. All right, this one we do know it came from someone in Tennessee. Ooh, wow. Oh, wow, man. This brings back so many memories. You want to see it? Okay, hang on one second. Let me show you the back of it first. Ken Patera on the back. And for you wrestling magazine programs aficionados, you know, Bill Pavlik, Matty Montcalm, Mike Parker, David Peck, all of my buddies that understand that world, and you know, those are kind of my Twitter buddies. We've crossed over a few into Facebook land and Instagram, but oh man, this thing is so awesome. Mid-Atlantic Magazine tag champs right there. Greg the Hammer Valentine, Baron von Raschke. You know, I grew up in the Mid-Atlantic area, man. This is like this is my childhood right here, man. Born in Abington, Virginia. Lived in Marion. We lived in Marion, Virginia. My mom is from Chilhowie. Dad is from Marion. Unreal, man. Unbelievable. And then we moved to Lynchburg, and then left there in 1981. But the late 70s, early 80s, Saturday morning, Mid-Atlantic Championship Wrestling. Smell the bacon. You knew it was wrestling time. Family Bacon Wrestling. But this is the Mid-Atlantic Mag. And as I flip through this thing, it is pretty phenomenal, because I'm just looking here and just show you. I mean, look at this. I mean, this is just big time. Paul Jones, Ricky Steamboat tag team. Wow. So a great one. My buddy Chris Owens will like this photo, Andre the Giant. And oh wow, Ken Patera, got to meet him. Got to meet Valentine. Didn't meet Von Raschke in person, but he did sign some things for me, and I really appreciated that. I'm friends with some guys, some of the family, the brothers on Facebook, and there's Jay. His daughter, Rika, is on our Twitter, and so shout out to the family. But wow, what a way to start! I mean, we're almost 10 minutes in. We haven't even got to the Fab Five of Nick Bockwinkel. But this is a great one. This was a great one. All right, you are going to absolutely love the 5 that I got for you tonight. And I will tell you, 4 of them are magazines. 1 is an 8x10. I'm not a big collector of 8x10s. If you are, if you are a collector of 8x10s, signed 8x10s, I just happen to have an entire stack ready to go. And here's what I thought about doing. I thought about doing just one whole show. I know everyone's doing these live auctions and all that kind of stuff. I'm not going to jump into that world, but what I want to do is, I think I'm just going to do a show. Maybe leave us some feedback. Mike and Reggie and I will get the feedback, whether it's messages on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. If you want to leave a comment on the end of this show here on YouTube. But I think what I'm going to do is I might do a bonus show and just show all of these. They're all for sale. And if you're interested in something, I got Oxbaker, I got Valentine, I got Don Morocco, I've got Ricky Steamboat, I got Tito Santana, Dominic DiNucci, Ivan Koloff, Magnum TA and Nikita, both signed. Mil Mascaris. I mean, I've got tons here, man. So if you're interested and you'd like to buy some Wrestler Weekly 8x10s signed, just give us a shout out. All right, here we go. This first one, now last episode, if you're watching these in order, the hot mag, the last mag of Ric Flair, I needed it to complete the Fab Five. I had them all except that one, and I reached out to my great friend Bud Carson. Well, I remember talking with Mike Parker on Twitter one day, and we were talking about Bud's shop that he had in Pennsylvania there near Allentown, in Allentown. And so we talked about that. Philly Bud, if you know him on eBay, great guy, great Christian man. He had this particular 8x10 on the wall. And I personally never got a chance to go into the shop before it, or when it was open. But we got to talking, Mike and I, that there was this photo on the wall signed by Harley Race and Nick Bockwinkel. So I reached out to Bud and I said, hey man, you used to have, I'm told you used to have an 8x10 signed Bockwinkel Harley Race on the wall. Whatever happened to that? Did you sell it? Did you keep it? He said, yeah, I still got it. And of course, in Bud fashion, are you interested in it? Well, guess what? It's mine now, and I'm glad to own it. It was signed All My Best and Best in Sports, Harley Race, Nick Bockwinkel. And there it is. If you can see that, hopefully you get a good shot of that. But that is two of the greatest world champions. When I was a kid, Nick Bockwinkel, AWA champ, Harley Race, NWA champ, and Bob Backlund was the WWF, then the WWF champion. Those were the three when I opened up an Inside Wrestling, 1978, 79, 80. These were the guys you were going to see. Now, there was a sprinkling of other champions, as you know. But, without fail, these guys were the champs. They were my champions. And up there on the wall, down in the corner down there, I have a replica belts of the Bob Backlund Mocha title, and Bob actually signed it. If you want to see that episode, go back to last season. I did a whole thing on that. And then I've got my NWA 10 pounds of gold up there that is signed by Harley Race. Now, all these I got in person. Harley Race, Dusty Rhodes, Ric Flair, Tommy Wildfire Rich, Terry Funk. And then I also had Bob Caudle, Tommy Young, and Bill Apter signed it. And then I attached signatures to my 10 pounds of gold of Giant Baba, Kerry Von Erich, and Jack Briscoe. And I did a whole episode on that. You can find in season 1. But I do have a replica AWA world title coming. is being made, and it's going to slip in nicely in the middle of those two belts. And I've got a Nick Bockwinkel autograph that's going to be attached to that belt once it comes. But phenomenal. Here it is, phenomenal Nick Bockwinkel. What a tremendous interview he was on the mic. I remember, I think it was his season 2 or 3. I can't remember now, of our Wrestler Weekly Presents. I had Dave Milliken on as a guest, and Dave and I had a great conversation about Nick Bockwinkel. Now, I grew up Mid-Atlantic, and then we moved to Florida in 1981. So I didn't, the only way I saw Nick Bockwinkel was in the magazines. You know, I didn't have, I wasn't in the territory, and, obviously Minneapolis and all that. I never got to see him wrestle. I remember the very first time I saw Nick Bockwinkel wrestle was on a VHS. Man, this was years ago. I mean, I haven't thought about this story forever. But I can't remember where I was at or how this even happened. But it was the early 90s. And I came across a VHS tape. And it was Jerry Lawler versus Nick Bockwinkel. And some of you may remember this or still have it. You know what I'm going to do? You're going to beat me to it because I got to finish the show. But I'm going to go to eBay and I'm going to try to find this video. But it was a VHS. It was a production. It was produced, had a nice cover, the whole thing. But it was like greatest wrestling matches. I don't know. It had like maybe 5 matches. And that was it was the first time I ever saw Bockwinkel in the ring, not in a magazine. And it was so many years later. And man, I mean, this all the people that grew up in that territory, or we would come to Memphis or all those things, just great stories. I love picking Mark James's mind and brain on that. And Austin Idol is a friend of mine. I talk to him every day, and I love talking to Austin about his feud with Nick Bockwinkel, if you remember that. But let's move on. June of 1987. Now, this is Nick Bockwinkel. It's not signed, but it's a great magazine with him with a belt. You know me, I love belt mags. And this is, he's getting ready to take on Stan Hansen. And, here's some, if I can remember some of these stats, but people forget when you talk about AWA wrestling history that, Vern Gagne, just domination. He owned the territory, but 10 times world champion, AWA. He was 10 times. A lot of people forget Gene Kiniski was not only the NWA world champion, but he was also the AWA world champ, I think in 1961. And then you've got guys like the Crusher, Dick the Bruiser. They were also world champs. How about Mighty Igor, 1965 AWA world champ, and then Mad Dog Vachon. Nick Bockwinkel 4 times. How about Mad Dog Vachon? People forget about this guy. 5-time world champion, AWA. It's a kind of forgotten man. And then you look at as it progressed and into, obviously Pat O'Connor was the first, but 1970s. Did you know that only Vern Gagne and Nick Bockwinkel were the only 2 AWA champions in the 1970s? That's right. Gagne held that title from 1968 until, someone correct me, I believe Bockwinkel won it in 1975 and held it until 1980. Gagne comes back, wins the belt, and then retires as champion. And Bockwinkel was awarded the title more than once, where he did not have to actually pin anybody. If you remember, he lost to Otto Wanz and then won it back. He did do that, but then he lost it to Jumbo Tsuruta in Tokyo. And that was, Martel came along and all that kind of stuff, Stan Hansen. But then Hansen just leaves and Bockwinkel is awarded the title until a loss to Kurt Hennig. So there's your AWA trivia and some of the stats there. But you think about Bockwinkel being a lot more than just a 4-time, because we're so ingrained with like 16 times and Flair winning all those belts, if you remember what I talked about last week. But this next mag is we looked earlier, Bockwinkel race. Check this one out, hot mag, very rare one. I only know a couple people that have this signed by both. It's Inside Wrestling, which are it's my favorite publication, and I have not done this season where I actually open the mag and show you, but I love Inside Wrestling so much. When I was a kid, I would go to I always bought mine at the grocery store, and I love most kids hate going to the grocery store with their parents or mom, but I loved it, man, because I would go to that magazine rack, and that was back in the days when you could just leave your mom and just run around the store, and there was no thoughts of any kind of trouble happening. But here we go. I just absolutely love. Some of you guys are PWI guys with the poster in the middle. I'm telling you right now, it does not hold a candle to Inside Wrestling. When you got the ratings, and check out who's on top. I tried to tell you, man. Race, Bockwinkel, Backlund. This was my childhood, and I would flip through and I would read about the other territories. This one comes from February of 1979, and it is signed by Harley Race and Nick Bockwinkel. A very tough one. Now, I actually have another copy of this that I personally got signed by Harley Race. So if anyone is interested, I might be willing to let that go. So if you maybe send me a message, shoot me an offer. I'll consider all offers. But this is Bockwinkel and Harley Race signed. That's number 3 on the Fab 5 if you're keeping track. How about this next one? It's not signed, but it's a fantastic mag. Now this one, I love doing this last week. I'm going to do it again. So this one is June of '87. Got the kind of the older, now newer version of the AWA title, not the Inmate belt. And I've got the Inmate being made, and I'm actually having it made like the original with the brown tan leather that's strapped around. So, but let's go '87. How about we rewind 10 years to April of '77? The Wrestling Review, the man who loves to be hated, Nick Bockwinkel. And notice how they spelled it. If you can see this, they spelled it with an L-E. Remember, it's E-L. So there is an unsigned but a great mag. April of '77. 10 years. There's a 10-year. I did that last week with the Flair mags. I like doing that. Here is, let me put this one back in the stack here and get ready for hot mag time. Now don't forget, if you are in the mood for some 8x10s, I've got you covered. Send us a message for a list with prices. And if you're looking for Wrestler Weekly t-shirts, you can go to ProWrestlingTees.com and find all of your t-shirt needs. Don't forget Family Bacon Wrestling on Amazon, and articles written 720wrestling.com. You can find us at Twitter, Facebook, Instagram at Wrestler Weekly. That's at Wrestler Weekly. And don't forget, Too Sweet Mag. Shout out to those guys. They got a publication coming out, and Wrestler Weekly is spotlighted on the back. The whole back page is Wrestler Weekly. All right, drum roll, please. We are ready now for the hot mag of the night. The number 5, here we go. January of 1980, one of my all-time favorite magazines. I thought I would never in a million years find this magazine signed. And I'll tell you how I did it. I'm in a bunch of groups on Facebook. Some I've used to be in a lot more, but man, I just can't take the negativity. So I delete a group a week just about, because I just can't take just people just getting after each other. I don't understand it. I don't come from that world. I come from a world where we're all buddies. We all do the same. We act the same. We talk the same. We're all have the same interest. And when people start attacking you for your opinions or your interests or things you have that you're excited about, I mean, give me a break. I mean, those guys are just losers. So get rid of them. Get them out of your life. If they're in your life right now, boot them, delete them, and block them. But here we are, last mag of the night, and I'm going to show it to you. How phenomenal is this thing? I mean, it does not get any better than this, and that's why I couldn't do a package break that would beat this thing. It's so rare, and rare sign. I mean, it's a tough mag to find already, but finding one that's signed is just about virtually impossible. And so I was in a group, Facebook group, and someone posted that they had some magazines for sale, so I was scanning through, boom, boom, boom. And this was a credible guy. I've known him for a long time, so it's not like some random Joe or like a Frampt. By the way, I've got a copy of this signed by Frampt, not signed by Nick Bockwinkel. Frampt on eBay is a con artist and a scammer, so watch your back if you ever buy anything or have bought it. Check your emails. If you've bought anything from Frampt, get rid of it, delete it, throw it away, because it's trash, and that guy is a con artist. But this is the real deal. As you can see it again, I'll show it to you again. This is got the Bockwinkel signature, smiley face there. You can find the right loops. I mean, it is a legit autograph compared with the rest of my autographs by Nick. And so the guy posted this, and I mean, he posted it, and there was no comments yet. And I checked it, and it said 1 minute. He had just posted it, and it just, as fate and luck would have it, I just opened it up literally seconds after he posted it. And I reached out, I mean, with the quickness, and said, hey man, name your price, and that is coming home. And so wham bam, thank you ma'am, and it was in Raleigh, North Carolina, in the Wrestler Weekly Man Cave. But I'm happy to have it. It is soon going to be on the wall, and I've got a stack of things that are going to be framed and put on the wall, and I actually had to pull it back just to show you on the episode here of Nick Bockwinkel. But so we're going to recap. This is, I'm losing stuff. This is January of '80, Wrestling 1980 annual. Special look at the bloodiest title matches. I can't wait to have the belt and put that next to it for a display. You'll find that on our all of our social media. This one is April of '77, the Wrestling Review. The Grappling Goddess Joy Stevens is on the other side, so there you go. If you know Joy, I have no clue who she is, but I just like Nick Bockwinkel with the belt. That's why I got it. Inside Wrestling, Harley Race, Nick Bockwinkel, another very tough one to find. Again, I've got one signed by Harley, so if you're looking for it, give me a shout. Throw me an offer. This one, June of '87, Double Action Wrestling, Nick Bockwinkel. He says, I'm ready for Hanson. The champion says, I'm ready for Hanson. And here we go. From Bud's Shop to the Wrestle Weekly Man Cave, Harley Race, Nick Bockwinkel. And don't forget, Family Bacon Wrestling. And until next time, fans, so long for now.
Somebody say something about Tommy Wildfire Rich coming to you live in Myrtle Beach. The waves are gusting and the breezes are blowing. Lord have mercy. Wrestler Weekly. Y'all better check this stuff out.